What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Stache Squad. I'm John Stuck.
And I'm Lindsay Hope. So, what are we going to talk about this week?
Well, it's been a rough week for Preds fans. It's kind of the classical start that always seems to happen with us.
Yeah.
Goaltending's not bad, but it's just our guys. They're not connected.
They aren't.
Yet.
And the lines haven't gotten used to each other yet.
And so kind of tender right now. So I'm gonna start off light. I'm gonna go with our first topic of the day, and it's gonna be the top 4 stashes in the league.
Okay.
And we all know who number 1's gonna be.
That's gonna be Mr.
That's
Forsberg.
Mr. Philip Forsberg. It's got to it just like his scooter. I can just imagine how it just blows in the wind when he's on his scooter, and it's just
very
like,
majestic, very beautiful, very majestic. Very mindful, very demure.
Mr. Forsberg, I would love to go on a ride on your scooter with you at some point.
I thought you were about to say mustache. I was worried there.
That's a little odd. But number 2, would you like to tell him?
Let's go Skinner on number 2.
Stuart Skinner.
Yeah. He's got a great one. It's
he does.
Good,
I love it. And he's also a great goalie.
Yeah.
He's having a little bit of a rough time right now, but hey, we all know what happened with Edmonton last year. They lost their first 10, 12 games, and then they went to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Right. And
so
we'll get back to that in a second.
Yeah.
Because that is something we definitely need to talk about. And, okay, next.
Number 3, we got Jake Middleton.
Okay, so I'm going to disagree for some reason. Okay, it is nice and it's fluffy. I get this. But I just don't like it. It's not my style. I'll just throw Matthews in number 3. Austin Matthews. And
Austin Matthews for me is number 4. But I think the reason Lindsay doesn't like his as much is because our guy kind of got his booty kicked last year by him for the first time.
My Jeremy.
Yeah, it was a good fight, but Jake, he's just so fucking big.
Yeah,
and it's
he's a big dude.
Yeah.
He's a big dude.
And so there you have it, folks. There is
the top 4
stashes in the league. So let's dig into the Preds.
Oh my goodness. Then now the lines just... They haven't got used to each other like we mentioned just a moment ago. I feel like, they're getting out there and they're working really hard.
Yeah.
They really do have to pick up on their pass game.
They are doing what I thought, though. They're having, veterans on each line instead of just... Mm-hmm. Now, they did throw a lot of them on the same line.
Right. Oh, yeah, they did.
But that didn't work.
Did not work at all.
So they did what I said. So you got line 1, 2, 3, and 4. And they're going to get there. They just haven't yet... they actually didn't do bad in the season opener against the Dallas Stars. We did score 3 goals.
Right.
We just got they got a couple of lucky bounces. 2 of those goals.
2 of those were luck.
Straight luck.
Very. Yeah. I mean, we're gonna get some flack for that.
Wedgewall, we understand. 2 of those goals were not your fault, in my opinion. So.
Right. But I mean, let's go ahead and talk about how the guys are working together. And I think individually they're great. But I think what they're lacking is trying to they don't know each other well enough to know, hey, he's going to be over here. I know him well enough to know that he will be here when I get here. And I just feel like that's just something that's going to have to come with time and a lot of practice together. Even
with Ryan O'Reilly, like, that dude is a monster. And he's just, I've watched the last couple games, he's just not himself yet.
Right. Well, I mean, he's still doing great on the face-offs.
Great.
Amazing.
He's just, it's almost like when they go to set up a play, each person is about 4 seconds late from their mark.
He's just not where he's supposed to be at the time. But that's okay. That's okay. They'll get used to each other. Everything will work out. And which kind of leads me into what I would like to talk about next, how all the top teams that we're looking at this year are not doing too well at the beginning of the season. And all these teams like the Flames, the Flames and then Blackhawks are doing okay, and then the Knights that lost, some of their great guys, and one of them to us.
And they're 3-0 right now.
What's going on, guys? Like, what is it? It's like
you got
opposite
teams
day.
like
Opposite day.
Avalanche isn't doing great.
Right.
Edmonton's not
Goaltending,
doing
their
great.
goaltending is awful
Yeah.
right now.
Oh yeah.
So
All these teams, it's like all classical Preds moments right now.
yeah,
You got all these all-star teams that are starting slow.
yeah.
And honestly, with Edmonton, I'm gonna cut them a little bit of slack, but they're down still about their loss, and they didn't have as much of a break as everybody else did. Because they played till late July.
Right.
So they need to get out of their heads. Honestly, they need to. That's last year.
Yeah.
This is this year.
Right. I mean,
Let's start over.
just remember the fact that
Yeah.
you are great.
You
As
still
a team.
went
You
to-
are great.
You
as
still
a
went to
team.
the Stanley fucking
Right.
Cup.
You shouldn't be losing to the Blackhawks.
No, that's just horrible. No disrespect to Connor Bedard. You're a monster.
Right.
But
I mean,
the
and the Blackhawks. I mean, let's talk about that for a second. I mean, they're great. They're a great young team, and they do have potential. I mean, how many years would you say until they're ready for a playoff run?
it'll be another 4, I think, before they're ready for a playoff
Yeah,
run.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. 3 to 5 years, probably.
They
we'll
may
see
get
them.
lucky in the next couple and maybe squeeze it through the playoffs, but
Mhm.
an actual good playoff run, easily 4.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about record-breaking year so far for Utah hockey, and of course
Yeah.
I say record-breaking because they literally are a new team. They start out their season with 3 wins, 0 losses. I mean, how amazing!
And, yeah.
What more could you ask for from a team that everybody thought sucked when they were the Coyotes? And
They were kind of mediocre, though.
now, of course, they have updated their roster
Yeah.
a little bit, and they've got a lot of pressure on them. Of course, Keller's got a lot of pressure on him.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to stop you, but I just can't get over the fact how much darker your beer is than mine.
You know what? Okay, so
I'm drinking cheap ass Coors Light, and she's got this fancy ass October bullshit, whatever you call it.
Oktoberfest IPA.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of a beer snob, and he wants to drink piss water.
Cheers.
Should your piss water touch my good beer? Fine.
Mm.
Let's drink.
And can we just say shout out to Walmart for the lovely ghost mugs? I just love these things. We showed you guys last week. But no, back to Utah though.
Yes. I mean, it's amazing because
It's kind of how
let's talk about their jerseys. How cool are their jerseys?
I love their jerseys.
So, do we all think that they should say Utah hockey? Because I do.
I don't think they should come up with a name. It's
don't either.
unique. Nobody else in the league does it. Utah Hockey Club sounds badass.
Right, it does.
And they're let alone their jerseys are awesome. Them and the Anaheim Ducks, hands down, coolest jerseys in the league.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna have to agree with you there.
Yeah.
Now, before, I wouldn't say the Ducks, but now with their new jerseys, I think they're really cool.
But
they deserve props for it.
Utah is kind of reminding me of Seattle didn't do this, but in their second season, if you remember, in franchise history, I was like, I've been watching our boys for going on 5 years. If this new franchise in their second year goes to the Stanley Cup, I'm going to flip shit. And the Kraken almost did do it that year. Their second year, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they were the round before the Stanley Cup and they lost.
Yeah, and we would have went bonkers. But I don't feel that way about Utah. I'm actually kind of rooting for them this year.
Yeah, they're pretty
I actually
cool.
want to see them do something amazing.
Yeah.
For the underdog team, I'm always going for the underdog.
And I'm glad that they finally got a rink because their rink sucked in Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
They had their rink there was like the Preds practice rink at Ford Ice Center.
No, Utah's owner said that he's got to update the arena to have better on the glass seating and everything. I saw the interview with him the other day. Of course, they're, mainly basketball arena. And what about the concessions? Them doing under $5 for nachos and sodas?
Honestly,
Can we do that? Can the whole NHL do that?
honestly, for true hockey lovers, that supports their team all the time. We all know it's hard to go to games because they're very expensive, especially if you want to have good seats. So I feel like it should be this little trickle effect, and I feel like all teams should follow suit and help their fans out in some way. If your tickets are going to be expensive, at least have affordable food.
Right. I don't want to have a $50 beer. Okay. I'm exaggerating.
And I'm sorry, but I like nachos, but not for $20. I mean, I literally could go to Walmart and get every ingredient to make nachos, and it'd be under $20. Well. With how I eat nachos, I'm a very picky eater. Some of you probably like all that bullshit on there, but me is meat and cheese. That's it.
No beans, no this, no that.
Beans are fucking disgusting. Who likes beans?
He eats chili without beans.
I do eat chili without beans.
That's weird.
However, I do like her Ritz crackers with like this chicken. I forget what you call it. That shit's really good.
I don't know what I call it. It's like cream of mushroom soup.
You shouldn't have told me that because I don't like mushrooms.
Okay, well.
So
that's in there.
Oh man.
I'm sorry.
Maybe I do. Do I like them then?
It's just more of like the mushroom flavoring.
Yeah.
Does it?
Okay.
I mean, it has tiny little pieces of mushroom. This is not a recipe channel.
Yes.
Let's move on.
It's not. Yeah.
Let's move on.
So.
Okay. So next few game predictions for the Preds.
The Preds play.
Okay, so we
play the Seattle Kraken tomorrow.
Right.
I predict we'll probably win tomorrow's game. It's going to be hard because Philip Grubar is just he's a beast. I like you, but I don't tomorrow. But you can ask her. I'm not lying. I do like him.
Yes, he does. He does. He's a good sports fan.
Yeah, I think tomorrow's score. We're gonna go into OT. We'll go into OT. It'll be 4-3 Preds.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about Boston?
We don't actually play Boston this week.
Don't?
No, we play Edmonton next.
Oh, okay. That's my bad. I'm sorry. Must have looked at the schedule wrong. I've had a long week. Plus, we were going to see the Preds this weekend.
And oh my gosh, we're going for her birthday.
Right, and my birthday's not until the 24th of October.
And listen to me good. They better not shut us out when we go to this game because we played the Detroit Red Wings again. And I don't want to be around her at a game if we get shut out because it'll be hell for me. Okay? So please, for the love of God, somebody at least score a goal.
No, we have to score.
Rant over.
We have to score all the goals because,
Okay, seriously.
There's going to be 8 of us.
Let me tell you about her a little bit. I could literally buy us glass seats to the Preds, and we lose, and she would tell me to go fuck myself when the game's over. Literally.
I mean...
She is such a bad sport. She does not have any sportsmanship
I
at
don't
all.
like losing. A lot of people like him, he'll be like, oh, I like to watch a good game, a close game, like back and forth points. Goal. And me, I just really like to go to a blowout game to where I can just sit back and relax and not, develop an ulcer because I'm so nervous whole time.
I feel like you would want to get blowed out in a game. So.
No.
Yeah, let's, yeah, okay. She did, did she or did she not say she liked those type of games? I mean, you did, so.
I think everybody knows exactly what I meant.
So, I think, because we have a homestead, is that what you call it? Yeah, the next 3 games are at home. We win 2 out of 3. I think we lose against Edmonton.
I don't know with how they've been doing. But then, then again, we're a good team, they're a good team. Who knows?
But what am I doing? No, we're never going to lose. But you asked for an honest prediction. I think we'll win tomorrow, we'll win Saturday, and if we're lucky, we'll win all 3. But realistically, I think we'll win 2 out of 3, though.
And I love Wedgwood, but we do have to, keep hoping that UC stays healthy because what was that early injury that he had? I mean,
that nobody knew about. Because we went to Preds Fest, and he was out there.
Right. And we had the best time. Preds Fest.
Oh my
so
gosh,
fun.
it was
If
so
you guys
fun.
have a chance to go, go next year. I mean, it was amazing. The whole team came out, which is...
And oh my gosh, and then they had like this fucking chicken eating contest. And you can ask her, I literally called who was going to win.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I said this guy, one of the two guys on the end. And dude, this guy was a freaking animal. He was like eating chicken fingers.
He was shoving it in his mouth, and everybody else was like eating very like they didn't want to get it on their lips and everything. And
which is smart, but not if you're trying to, if it's timed.
Yeah, it's timed.
With who can eat the most. Dude, that shit, I better see that shit in your eyeballs next time.
And they had water, so it was fine. And
yeah.
also, but the only thing that I will say is they should have had a better prize. It was
a $100 gift card to their restaurant and a snapback. Right. And this is not a fucking food channel.
It's not.
That's the second time we said this, but it was at Prince Fest.
You know what? We're hungry.
We are.
We're hungry. That's what's happening. But no, what we're trying to say, hey, Preds Fest. Whoever organizes Preds Fest, make all the contests Preds related. So maybe win some Preds tickets. We would have actually entered.
Yeah. And shout out to the lady. She wanted to do it, but I was like, man, the line's too long. But
making custom bandanas.
And they were doing they were sewing.
Yes, that was amazing.
That's great. You stayed out there all freaking day in that 90-degree heat just to sew. Shout out to them. I don't know their names, but if you see this, we love you.
That was amazing. And they had the airbrush tattoos, you know.
Oh yeah, well, I got mine like right here, and I sweated it off in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But actually, her and we're gonna get tattoos.
Yeah, we're gonna get Preds tattoos. But if you guys can think of like a really cool design for a hockey tattoo or a Preds tattoo, just let us know. Send it over. Just because we haven't settled on the Preds logo yet. We've been thinking of the 2 hockey sticks. You know,
that's so freaking basic.
It is basic. You know, we're just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
We're trying to get a best friends tattoo, and it's got to have something to do with hockey. So if you guys have any suggestions, let us know.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to do question of the day?
Question of the day is going to be, we give you our opinions on who had the best stashes in the league. And honestly,
we want to know yours.
The best stash out of the league is me. But let us know who your top 4 guys in the league are that have the best mustaches. And we will go through the comments, and we may mention who we think made the best lineup in next week's episode.
That's actually a great idea.
Yeah. You see, give us a better lineup. They don't even have to be the same players we set. If you know another guy on your favorite team that has a good stash,
and you know what?
Let us know.
Actually, let's make this a twofer because I'm gonna build off of that. I also want to know how you would put together the Preds first line. Who would you want in the Preds first line? Because that seems quite undecided at this moment. So yeah.
But we know Andrew.
Right.
He will figure it out.
Figure it out.
Don't sleep on us. We're about to be deadly. I promise you.
Absolutely. Give us till December, and then it's going to be nothing but...
Our first 20 games are going to be... We're going to teeter.
Yeah.
And we're going to go back and forth. We lose maybe 8-9 games in our first 20. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then... Because we got to give our guys...
We got to give our guys time.
They've got to have time because you can tell that they're going to be super great. They're just a day late and $1 short. So
even Barry said give us time.
Yeah, you got Roman back here about to do a slapper. And then you got Steven that comes up here. He's just a couple seconds late from where Roman's going to pass. I mean, just as soon timing. That's the word I'm looking for. When they get their timing down of where they're supposed to be at on the line.
Timing and pass accuracy.
Pass accuracy. That is an issue we always have, and it drives me absolutely insane.
And we are still talking, and we're trying to close it out. So.
Yeah, but I mean, also, I totally spaced what I was going to say. Don't touch my stash, please.
I have to do it. No.
Why? Okay. I'm like a cat. Okay. So.
Don't touch my stash.
We hope y'all have a great week. Good luck to whoever your favorite team is. I hope that it's a good one for you. I hope your teams win. Unless you're playing my team, then fuck you. But
I second that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have a great one, and we'll see you all next Monday.